Okay, what about now? Can you hear me now? Okay, let's see. Let's see now. Please, 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 please. Is it working now? Can you hear me? Oh, okay. So I did the camera audio. I turned that off, and now I think I have the Yeti working. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I told y'all all the secrets of life. And we missed it. See, this is why I had to jump on. This is why I had to jump on early, because I moved my office around and things got unplugged this weekend, and I was so concerned this wouldn't work. Okay. Yay. Hit the like button for sound. All right, I'm going to have to talk faster now. Good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. It is Monday, July 24th, 2023, 6:25 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:25 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm so glad you are here. I said hello to every single one of you. I said your names multiple times, so just know I said hello. Jahan, you ask me that every day, and I think that's one of the best questions. Jahan asked me, can you please share one previous lost trade and why you took it? I think those are very great, relevant questions. I appreciate it. And I will be sure to share that. Well, I was telling y'all, I am sassy, sassy, sassy this morning. Here's the shirt I'm currently wearing, in case you're wondering. This is what I'm wearing. This is circa 1991. Yes, I had an Eazy-E cassette bumping around in my Grand Prix. And that's what I have on today. And I think this t-shirt is causing me to be a little bit sassy, but we'll just go with it, all right? Forever 21. I strongly suggest you go get one. All right. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, that's funny. All right, we'll officially get started in 4 minutes with indices, commodities, crypto movers, and shakers of the day. I have a little bit of teaching for y'all this morning. I hope it's some tidbits that can help you in your trading journey. And just acknowledgement to Rob in the black. He passed away from what I understand, and may he rest in peace. And my condolences to his family, his friends, and his students, because I know he touched a lot of people with the strat. So, good morning, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Time is the most precious asset we have, and I'm going to go over that today. I guess I'm going to get a little philosophical. Tess, you like Eazy-E? You like Eazy-E too? Okay, let me go back up and see if there are any chart requests, and let me get down to business. I'm not here to just have fun. I'm at a weird place with oil, and I go over oil every day as part of the rundown. We are at the daily 200 MA. I have mad respect for the 50 and 200 MA, simple moving averages on commodities charts. So this has me a cause to pause on oil with the weekly 50 MA overhead and the 200 MA overhead on the daily. We are looking for a monthly lower high. Doesn't mean we'll get it. Overall, oil is bullish, and I've been telling y'all for a long time that I love this chart right here. Let me change my pen color. This squeeze is major on the weekly. We have a lot of oil names reporting this week. I would feel more comfortable with a pullback buy with the daily 200 MA overhead. So I've got an issue with oil right here, right now. But I can't, that doesn't mean that I have the right to short it per my rules, because we're in an uptrend on a lot of time frames. Gary, I don't know that question. You can email support@chartguys.com to see if the 50% discount code we got on the private stream, if you can use it at the end of the month. I am not sure. I do enter trades in pre-market if there's enough volume. I don't want to get caught in some type of liquidity trap. Good morning, Succulent Life. Well, since we kind of got a bumpy start, let's just jump into actual charts and let's work on the important stuff. Good morning. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori, and I'm part of the Chart Guys community, and we teach technical analysis. So we have our meetup at the end of this week in Colorado, and I'm very much looking forward to it. So I won't be here on Friday. I think Chart Guys Jason will be covering, so you'll get that treat. So just a heads up, I'll be here Monday through Thursday, and then Friday I will be off. We have a major, huge week coming up as far as data and earnings. We have FOMC interest rate decision on Wednesday at 2 p.m. and we have the press conference at 2:30 Eastern. We have GDP on Thursday, PCE on Friday, and I mean a partridge in a pear tree. We got it all. We've got it all. So today we have S&P Global U.S. Services PMI. That's a 3-star event at 9:45, 15 minutes after open. I like to set alarms for those and make sure that I'm not taking any big positions before that in case things change. So what I do here every morning, besides struggle with the microphone, I promise that doesn't happen every morning, is I go over this table. This is a table that I use to convey to you in a more objective manner what I am looking at. So overall, I would say today is a push. We've got a pretty mixed signals out there as far as bears and bulls. I have notes that are off screen and they're pretty copious this morning, and I will copy and paste those for TCG members when I am done. Hang Seng was down over 2%. Let me go show that news to you. So right here. The hopes for the bazooka-style stimulus in China fade ahead of big meeting. And this is part of the Nikkei. So we had a lot of Asian markets that were down overnight. Thank you, Bennett. I appreciate that. I appreciate the message. All right. So overall, we have mixed signals out there. And I wanted to share something with y'all. I talked to y'all about the iron condor approach. And if you let me just go to SPX and type this out again. I had it typed before. So I sell an iron condor to open on most days. I'm looking for chop to sideways action. And if it's a trend day, I'm in trouble and it'll go against me and I stop out. So what I look at is I want an in the money strike in the middle, and it's actually an iron butterfly. I choose iron condor on Thinkorswim to open it, but it's technically an iron butterfly. And what it is I'm collecting premium on same day. Same date expiry for SPX. So today, for example, if we hang out around 45.50, it would look something like this, where I sell the 4550 call, buy the 4600. I do 50 wide, 50 on each side, so 100 wide total. Buy the call, and this is expiring today. Sell the 4550 put and buy the 4500 call. And excuse me, put. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you don't trade options, I apologize for taking this small delve into it, but I think in the future it may be something you want to look at. This is my income strategy and my purpose of setting this up. I opened up a Tasty Trade account, and Tasty has cheaper options fees than Thinkorswim. So I said Thinkorswim earlier, but Tasty Trade, I actually do sell iron condor. And I started this July 1st, and I am collecting data on TraderView and TradeZella. It is my understanding that a lot of you like both, and I want to see which. I've used TraderView in the past. I've never used TradeZella, so I signed up for that July 1st as well. And here's what the data is. I've traded it 12 days so far in July. We had holidays. We've had various things going on. If it's going to be a caution day like Wednesday, I'm not going to sell that iron condor. And so far, out of the past 12 days, I've had 11 wins and 1 loss. And so my goal here is to buy to close with approximately $250 profit, or buy to close stop out with $250 loss. And my reason for the 1-to-1 is because my win rate is so much higher. I've been testing this in different environments, in sim environments, and now I'm trading it for real with my real small account, and this is how the results look so far. So if that's something you're interested in, you may want to screenshot that. Yeah, a lot of people love edge wonk. A lot of people. All right, so let's get back to the charts. That's the Iron Condor update for those of you who are interested. Okay, here's what we're looking at. Show me what you're working with. This is what we're working with. Here is my hypothesis on the day. It doesn't mean this is what I'm going to trade, but this is how the stars are aligned and the charts are aligned. Are we going to get our QQQ bounce into Meta, Google, Microsoft earnings this week, and we have Apple and Amazon the next week? Are we going to get our QQQ bounce now that the rebalance is over? It went into effect today, so the rebalance is over. Are we going to get our QQQ bounce? And then is XLF and XLV going to take a breather? And it's okay for both of them to take a breather. And I mean just a breather. It can be healthy consolidation. However, QQQ must bounce if these two are going to take a breather and for us to go sideways into FOMC on Wednesday. So I know a lot of you want me to predict the direction of FOMC, and that's not my game. That's not why I'm here. That's not what I'm asked to do, because it's out. That's me being a psychic, and I'm not a psychic. I'm a technical analyst. Overall, odds favor that we go sideways into this FOMC decision. So I will be selling those Iron Condors today and tomorrow, most likely, and then take a breather the rest of the week, because the conditions don't favor an Iron Condor on caution days, because premium doesn't go down as much. Premium goes up because people are anticipating volatility. Aaron, I don't even look at the delta. I look at the strike. I'm in the money on the middle strikes, and on the outer wing strikes, I go 50 on either side, period. I don't even look at the delta. Have no idea what it is. I mean, it's on the screen, but I don't pay attention to it. I pay attention to delta when I am swinging options. If I'm swinging options a month out or more, I want to be 40 or higher on my delta. All right, back to ES. So on ES, we have an EQ. An EQ just means equilibrium. So our support is at 4560, 455725, and resistance is at 4590 and 459425. So ES could still be a daily bull flag. I'm going to delete these messy notes so you can see this daily bull flag. There's nothing wrong with this chart. Now, could Jerome Powell break this chart and make something wrong with it? Absolutely. And then what are we looking at? We're just looking for healthy consolidation, y'all. Where's the last weekly high or low? I could argue the pivot is down here. Let's look at this. We are 11% away from the last weekly high or low, and we are 6% from the all-time high. We are closer to the all-time high than we are the last weekly high or low. I could absolutely see some consolidation come in this week with FOMC and earnings. It would be a great reason for consolidation to happen. But on this weekly chart, some major fit would have to, I didn't say the bad word, I said fit, would have to go down in order for us to lose our weekly uptrend. So dips are for buying until bears prove otherwise. NASDAQ chart, y'all look at this. How far away are we from the weekly high or low here? We're 20% from the last low on the weekly chart. We could pull back 5% and still be healthy on the weekly chart. The daily chart is not as cute. We don't have a daily bull flag. We have about a 55% retrace here, and we have a lower low on the 4 hour. NASDAQ still a little heavy, but we did turn green, and I am looking for a potential QQQ bounce today on tech now that the rebalance is over with. RTY, we lost the 4 hour uptrend, but this daily chart could still be a bull flag. Nothing wrong with this chart. YM, prettiest of them all. Who's the fairest of them all? It would be Dow. We have a second daily inside bar forming. This could be a beautiful daily bull flag. I could see some more inherent consolidation on YM if XLV and XLF decide to take a breather. VIX is up 4.8%. I went over it with y'all that Hang Seng was red. DAX has since gone red. Bitcoin is weak. So I have Bitcoin highlighted here, right here. I have it bearish. Bitcoin had a pretty big break overnight, and not the good kind. And we are now breaking the hourly inside bar bear break. NASDAQ had a rebalance, George. If you're part of TCG, Dan's been covering it. He covered it, was it last Monday or the Monday before that? I don't know. I'm getting my days mixed up. But we've been all over it. So where the NASDAQ rebalanced itself and lowered some of its weights, and that's, I think they're calling it the Magnificent Seven, the top 7 technology holdings. So Bitcoin is super weak. Is this our canary? We are at the daily 50 MA. And yes, I think the daily 50 MA is still important even on crypto. So will this daily 50 MA hold? And we have plenty of room for a weekly higher low. However, let's just be real with it. Crypto is super weak. Support so far, 1832.83. Resistance, 1905. And that is why I have coin as a potential short this morning. And well, I'm not going to say that because y'all get mad if I say stuff after the fact, and I don't want to do that. So coin, success is inevitable. You are so right. Easy E. I got this t-shirt in this weekend, and I was listening to the music, and I'm like, oh my God, they were slapping the, you know what? Like, how did I listen to this music? It's terrible. I would have never let my kids listen to it, which my parents didn't know. All right, let's go to commodities. Gold. Actually, let's start with the dollar. The dollar has been bouncing. It is green. Odds favor a daily lower high. And I honestly was looking for this 4 hour or this daily lower high with 4 hour overbought on Friday, and it didn't happen. So I'm looking for it again today for a potential topping pattern in the dollar that could give gold a bounce. And as you can see, we're bouncing on the 15-minute. We are running into the hourly 50 MA. So now I would love a pullback buy on gold, looking for that temporary topping pattern on the dollar. And as we know, gold and the dollar typically are pretty volatile heading into FOMC. Oh, God. Okay. All right. So on oil, it looks super healthy. Daily, again, we're running into the 200 MA, and I'll keep repeating it until the cows come home. This weekly chart looks beautiful. We have a good weekly squeeze on oil, and it looks pretty bullish. And I made the bold prediction, which I said is not my gig, of it potentially reaching $100 by the end of this year due to how powerful this chart is. So I would just keep oil on back burner watch. Nat gas, I don't have anything intelligent to say. Obviously, someone thinks I don't have anything intelligent to say. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Yeah, I don't have a setup on nat gas. I try, y'all. I try so hard to give y'all setups on nat gas. I just feel like it's been super choppy. Whoa, wheat had news overnight. I missed that. Yeah, they obviously had news overnight. They're up almost 6% on wheat. All right, Apple. Let's say it together. There is nothing wrong with this chart. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Weekly and daily uptrends. The only thing wrong with this chart is the 4 hour. We do have a downtrend on the 4 hour. So on the hourly, we're trying to bounce. They had news that they're going to raise the price on the pro or something. If you're a TCG member, it's in general chat. But I'm looking for a higher low compared to Friday's low. I think this would be a nice bottom fish area for bulls against 19123. Mike, if you have calls on AMC, what was your plan when you entered? What was your plan when you entered? We get that question a lot. What should I do? You should have a plan before you enter. AMC is up big. I would close them out and go celebrate is what I would do. The AMC is up, and we had a great movie weekend. Movie weekend with Barbie and Oppenheimer. It's up 36%, so I would close them. Apple, I get back to Apple. I'm looking for a bottom fish setup here. Amazon is not as healthy. This daily chart has lost its uptrend, but we have plenty of room for a weekly higher low. We closed last week with a weekly inside bar. This could be a good bottom fish against 12903. Again, y'all, I'm going to tell you where I have high conviction. I have high conviction on oil long on the larger time frames. I have high conviction on that, on the larger time frames. I have a high conviction on gold on the higher time frames, okay? Shorter term time frames, I think we're cloudy on a lot of names, and it makes sense that we would be choppy into Wednesday. So I do have a high conviction on coin short, and I would love a bounce back up to 98.71, the low of Friday to short. The gap down rules apply. If bulls are unable to fill the gap at open within the first 30 minutes, they can't fill that gap, that is to be taken as a bearish sign, and you look for the short entry on a tightening pattern or stair step. And if you don't know what I mean, look up TCG Chart Guys YouTube stair step. Also, while you're Googling stuff, I'd look up YouTube Chart Guys back burner. So of my high conviction setups, coin is one of them. And I have not fixed my chart since I redid my office and had to reboot my computer. So this is not what I'm necessarily going to be looking at today. I plan on adding coin up here. Coin is one of my high conviction, and XLF. XLF short against 35.91. Here, 35.91. Odds favor a monthly lower high, and daily is overbought. Let me say that again. Odds favor a monthly lower high, and daily's overbought. Those are the conditions in which we typically begin to scout that top fish setup. So I would like a short against 35.40. Against 35.40. So I really like that trade idea. XLF and coin short. Coin short on Bitcoin weakness, and XLF short looking for that monthly lower high. Doesn't mean we're going to get it. We're sitting on the 50 MA. XLF has been super healthy. XLF and XLV have been super healthy. So I'm not saying we absolutely have to have consolidation, but I like the risk to reward. And then I went over EXK last week, and I'm still looking for that daily higher low. And we are right here at the 4-hour 50 RSI, which typically can act as support. And let's thread it all together. Dollar, we're looking for a daily lower high. Let me show y'all again. Daily lower high is what's favored on the dollar. On silver, we're looking for a weekly higher low. There's nothing wrong with this chart. 4-hour, yes, we're in a downtrend, but on the larger term time frames, there's nothing wrong with this chart. And I'm looking for this to potentially have a turnaround. And it may not have a turnaround till Wednesday. And I just sit on that EXK idea. All right. So coin short, XLF short, and I like Tesla long. So Tesla, your next You're looking for a weekly high or low compared to, this is an errant line here, 1 second. Or maybe it isn't. That's the low of Friday is what I wanted to. Okay, it was in the right place. Okay, so we're looking for a weekly high or low. 4 hours oversold. Let me say it again. Odds favor a weekly high or low compared to 240.70. 4 hour is oversold. That's typically an area where we begin to scout that weekly high or low. I want to flush it. Flush the low of Friday. And then if bears, let me explain it like this. Oh Lord, she's going to draw. Oh well, I'm just going to use this. Think of it like a beach ball, okay? So it's going to probably look like a baseball. Oh God. I want it to flush down. And if bears are unable to keep it below Friday's low, then it's like trying to shove a beach ball underwater. Does that make sense? Imagine just someone pushing this beach ball underwater. And if that beach ball is unable to stay underwater, 255.80, then what does it do? It pops. It pops up. So it builds pressure. So if bears are unable to keep it below 255.80 at open, I want it to gap down, and then I want the bulls to turn it around, re-enter Friday's range. That becomes a long signal. That's gap rules. So I would love a gap down. It looks like bulls are trying to play defense here, which I wish they wouldn't. I wish they'd just let it flush. And then we could get that potential gap down buy, looking for that bear exhaustion pattern, looking for the weekly high or low. Y'all, that was, I threaded together 6.5 years of Chart Guys experience right there in those 3 sentences. It took me over 10,000 hours to string that 3 sentences together. So I hope you will rewind and listen to that. We're looking for the weekly high or low, 4 hour oversold, looking for gap, a potential gap to play, and looking for that pressure to build, that beach ball underwater, and for it to pop. And if bears are able to keep it below Friday's low, then it's no long entry. No harm, no foul. I said I had a lot of teachings or things to share with y'all. I guess now is a good time as any. I just shared with y'all 10,000 hours. I've been a part of TCG for 6.5 years. And I have probably in that time answered about 10,000 questions. So would y'all say that that's fair? James Nightbot didn't know what you were trying to say. Coda, I typically trade gold or just NASDAQ during the FOMC reaction. Surname, I would probably wait for market open to short coin. All right, so back to what I was going to say. If you're a TCG member, you see Dan answers tens of thousands of questions, and I am right behind him in answering questions. And I would say 20% of them actually further the trader's journey. Okay, do I want to copy? Yes, I do. Okay, these are from my notes. And y'all just bear with me real quick. Okay, so I started the show with time as our most precious asset, and I'm imploring you to please don't waste time on things that aren't moving the needle. I've probably answered about 10,000 questions in the past 6.5 years regarding trading at the Chart Guys. Probably 20% of those questions actually contributed, the question and answer actually contributed to the trader's growth and journey. Cut out the noise in your trading process. Remove unnecessary steps, tasks, asks, tweets, etc. Y'all, this is a space filled with noise and shiny objects. And it's like, what's that? What's that? What's that? Focus on price. Charts are somewhat of a breathing, living organism. Focus on the chart and how price is moving. Cut out the noise. and cut down the number of rabbit holes you go down each day. Again, I'll just end it here because that's what I'm going to do. Time is our most precious asset. Focus on what's important in life, period, and focus on what's important in charts and technical analysis, and that's price. Price is everything. Price tells us everything we need to know about who's willing to buy, who's willing to sell, and what is this real-time auction creating? Are people saying this thing is overvalued or that is undervalued? This real-time auction. Focus on that. I mean, I would not spend 100 hours researching unusual options activity. I have, and I wish I had those hours of my life back. I think there are things that I can use some of that information with, but I promise you, simpler is better in trading. All right, I appreciate you all. Francisco, yes, I still like mRNA. Yep, I do like that squeeze. I still like it. We're on the same page, brother. This looks like a megaphone, actually. Be careful on shorter term time frames. That looks like a megaphone. All right, y'all have a wonderful day. Hit that like button. Give me a follow on Twitter at CharkOwlLori. And TCG members, I will have these notes where I was, again, super sassy today. I will have them over to you in the chat room in just a second. All right, y'all use stop losses.